Good morning, everyone. Thank you for taking the time on this beautiful Thursday to hop on this River Cruising with Trafalgar webinar, a brand new product with Trafalgar that we're incredibly excited to start promoting. We've already seen a bunch of bookings come through, and I'm hoping that after this webinar, you're going to feel a lot more comfortable with it yourselves so that you can start promoting Trafalgar on the water. I am going to give it a few more minutes here because we do have a lot of people just logging in now. We're scheduled to start at 10 a.m. and I plan on keeping this nice and tight, probably around 40-ish minutes or so for the presentation. And then I will stick around to help answer any questions. I have an entire spreadsheet here with questions that came directly from our CEO as well as our product development team. So I'll definitely be able to dive into the kind of details after the presentation if you're okay sticking around. For those of you attending live, truly appreciate you taking the time to join me. And just in case you can't stick around for the entire webinar, know that just by registering, you are going to receive a recording via email. And then I do typically post all of my webinars to my YouTube channel. If you need to find that, whenever I send you an email, there's a little YouTube icon right above my signature. Click on that and it'll take you directly to my channel, which has a bunch of these webinars that are already loaded up. I do see some questions popping through during the chat here. I am going to do my best to kind of answer them as I go. And if I can't, I will definitely take time at the end to help answer those questions. Good morning, Susan. I see that. Hey, Kathy, thanks for joining. Buenos dias, Veronica. How are you? Hey, Caroline. Thanks for joining. Good morning. All right. So it is 10 a.m. Hey, Rana. How are you? Glad to see all of my AAA heavy hitters hopping on. Tammy, good morning. How are you? Cool. Well, it's 10 o'clock. I'm going to give it just another minute or so. Hey, Laura, Samantha. I see everybody saying hi. Thanks for joining. All right, let me give it just one more minute because we had a pretty good turnout in terms of registration, and I'm seeing the numbers still jumping up. So we'll give it maybe until 10:02, and then I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into it here. Hey, Ruben, thanks for joining. Laura, I see you as well. Samantha, how's it going? I got both travel advisors at AAA Summerlin. Well, no, super excited about this product when our CEO made the announcement that Trafalgar was now going to be offering river cruises. We were all incredibly excited. You know, Trafalgar typically is focused on land tours, whether that's our mainstay, which are these beautiful coaches that we use at most destinations, but we do also offer incredible trips by rail. So this is really only going to add to the additional amount of, products that we can offer your guests. And it's really nice because it's all under that trusted Trafalgar name, which is great. Oh, thanks, Veronica. Looks like she's really excited. She threw in a little Snoopy emoji. But yeah, feel free to comment throughout the presentation. I do have the chat here and I've got multiple screens so I can kind of balance things out. But it's 10:01. Let's give it till 10:02 because I do see a lot more people jumping on here. But yeah, thanks so much for the turnout. Really excited to kind of talk about it, and we're going to dive deep, covering everything that you need to know about Trafalgar River cruising on the water. But yeah, let's just go ahead and get started here. So thank you everybody for coming on this webinar at 10 o'clock on this beautiful Thursday, wherever you are. So I am going to jump into Trafalgar's river cruising. This is specifically focused on that. If you have additional questions about other products Trafalgar offers, I'm happy to answer those at the end. But this webinar specifically will be on river cruising with Trafalgar, everything that you need to know. So let's jump right into it. So welcome aboard. Get ready to set sail on a journey through one of the most exciting additions to the Trafalgar lineup, river cruises. In this session, we'll navigate everything that you need to know so you can talk about our new product line with confidence, clarity, and a little splash of flair. Whether you're new to river cruising or already a fan, you're in for a voyage full of insights and inspiration. So let's take a moment to celebrate who we are as Trafalgar. Since 1947, Trafalgar has been more than just a travel company. We've been dream makers, memory creators, and heart openers for over 5 million delighted guests around the world. From iconic landmarks to hidden gems, we've turned journeys into stories that last a lifetime. Coming in 2026, it's a whole new way to travel with Trafalgar. We're setting sail into new territory, introducing our brand new product line, River Cruising with Trafalgar. Get ready to explore Europe's most iconic waterways in signature Trafalgar style, effortless, enriching, and unforgettable. Sailing the Rhine and the Danube, these are Europe's legendary rivers unlocked. From storybook castles to charming riverside villages, we're bringing you the very best of Europe. Seen from the water, experience the Trafalgar Way. This is more than a cruise, it's a front row seat to the soul of the continent. So, river cruising is a new chapter in the Trafalgar story. We're expanding our horizons from land to river. In 2026, Trafalgar brings its trusted legacy of expert guidance, seamless travel, and deep cultural connection to the waterways of Europe. While we continue to lead with our iconic guided land tours, our new river cruises offer a fresh, immersive way to explore same Trafalgar quality, now with a view from the water. This is the same trusted brand, it's just a new way to travel. So Trafalgar River Cruises is the brand you love, focusing on river and now being on the water. Our new product line brings that same Trafalgar experience, expert guidance, effortless travel, and meaningful connections to Europe's most iconic rivers. So who is this tour perfect for? Well, guests who already love Trafalgar, seasoned guided tour travelers that are curious about river cruising, couples, solo travelers, and small friend groups. We can also accommodate large groups looking for a shared adventure. And of course, value conscious travelers who want choice, clarity, and transparency. So with Trafalgar, you don't just tour, you tour differently. From ticking off those iconic landmarks to sharing exclusive Be My Guest experiences, every Trafalgar journey is designed to be seamless, enriching, and unforgettable. So everything is always taken care of by our expert team. We always include authentic local connections feels good and does good at the same time. Well, we've brought Trafalgar to the water, and yes, we river cruise differently. Just like we tour differently, we now river cruise differently, delivering everything guests love about Trafalgar, now with a view from Europe's most iconic rivers. What makes us different? Local perspectives, warm hosting, and real connections. Your guests are going to experience the heart of Europe like never before on the water with the Be My Guest and Make Travel Matter experience on every sailing. Guests also connect with locals, support responsible travel, and enjoy warm, personalized hosting. Your experienced director and cruise manager are your trusted duo, bringing stories, fun, and seamless support every step of the way. And you get to discovery meets effortless comfort, where you get to unpack once and let the journey unfold. So from scenic cities and guided walks to onboard massages and riverside bike rides, our itineraries blend exploration and relaxation. So whether on board or ashore, guests enjoy the freedom to discover at their own pace with everything taken care of. So this is value that feels right, thoughtfully priced for authentic connections, meaningful experiences, and seamless service. So with included meals, curated excursions, and local flavors throughout our river cruises, this offers exceptional value, delivering more joy, more depth, and more Trafalgar. And now, the stars of our story. We're going to introduce you to Trafalgar Reverie and Trafalgar Verite. These are our sails with stories. These aren't just ships, they're floating chapters in the Trafalgar journey with thoughtfully designed spaces, warm hospitality, and immersive experiences on board and ashore. Reverie and Verite are where comfort meets culture and every sailing becomes a story worth telling. So the Trafalgar Reverie, this is where daydreams set sail. Trafalgar Reverie captures the magic of travel transformed, where imagination becomes the itinerary and the extraordinary becomes effortless. It's a ship where dreams are made real, guided by the Trafalgar touch that turns every moment into a memory. And we have the Trafalgar Verite, where authenticity leads the way. Trafalgar Verite is a celebration of the real world, a vessel that brings guests closer to the heart of each destination through genuine experiences, local stories, and meaningful connections. When you think Trafalgar, think storytellers, discovery, connection, and joy. And Verite brings all of that to life beautifully and boldly on the rivers of Europe. Coming in 2026, we have two iconic rivers, one unforgettable experience. We're setting sail on two of Europe's most legendary waterways, the Rhine and the Danube, with two thoughtfully crafted core itineraries, best of the Rhine and Amsterdam, best of the Danube. Plus, we'll offer variations on these routes to give guests even more ways to explore. With a maximum 128 guests per ship, 72 sailing dates, and a target to fill at least 70% capacity, we are ready to welcome thousands of travelers aboard for a new kind of Trafalgar experience. So, Best of the Rhine and Amsterdam River Cruise. This is 10 days, 4 countries, 8 cities. Destinations include Amsterdam, Cologne, Koblenz, Strasbourg, and Basel, plus some scenic stops along the Rhine. The travel and the accommodation includes a 10-day journey aboard the elegant Trafalgar Verite. These are stylish staterooms with panoramic views and modern comforts. Meals are included with 9 breakfasts, 6 lunches, and 8 dinners. And your guests get to savor local cuisine and regional specialties both on board and ashore. The activity level is balanced, which is ideal for travelers who enjoy a mix of guided sightseeing and relaxed river cruising. And the itinerary highlights, we get to cruise Amsterdam's charming canals, explore Cologne's majestic cathedral, discover the historic charm of Koblenz. We get to stroll Strasbourg's half-timbered streets, experience the cultural blend of Basel, and the evenings are filled with local entertainment, regional wines, and relaxation on deck. So this is Europe's heartland revealed through culture, comfort, and connection, the Trafalgar Way. And then we have Best of the Danube River Cruise, 8 days, 4 countries, 6 cities. The destinations include Budapest, Bratislava, Vienna, Linz, and Passau. The travel and the accommodation is an 8-day journey aboard the elegant Trafalgar Reverie, comfortable, stylish staterooms with ever-changing river views. The meals included are 7 breakfasts, 6 lunches, and 7 dinners. Your guests get to enjoy regional specialties and local flavors, both on board and ashore. The activity level is also balanced, perfect for travelers who want a mix of guided exploration and relaxed cruising. And some of the itinerary highlights include marveling at Hero Square in Budapest, wandering through Bratislava's medieval Old Town, indulging in Vienna's famous Sachertorte, discover charming Linz and historic Passau, and the evenings on board are filled with regional wines, local entertainment, and relaxation under the stars. This is discovery, culture, and comfort all flowing together on one of Europe's most iconic rivers. Cruising season is going to be April to October, plus we have some festive Christmas itineraries coming soon. So we're going to bring the spirit of the season to the rivers of Europe. And I know what you're wondering, what can guests expect on board? So let's take a look at life aboard our beautiful ships where comfort, connection, and curated experiences come together. So from stylish staterooms and locally inspired cuisine to relaxing lounges, sun decks, and thoughtful touches throughout, every detail is designed with our guests in mind. Whether it's a quiet moment with a view, a lively evening with new friends, or a cultural tasting hosted by local, this is cruising the Trafalgar Way. So here's what guests can look forward to. Let's dive into the onboard experience. From the moment guests step aboard, they'll enjoy a world of comfort, connection, and curated experiences. Now let me walk you through the services and facilities that make life on the river not just easy, but extraordinary. Effortless, personal, and welcoming every step of the way. From the moment guests step on board, every detail is designed to feel seamless and heartfelt. We're always on for support with a 24/7 reception, ensuring help is always available day or night. Whether it's a question or a special request, someone is always ready to assist. Smart, secure, and simple. With digital boarding passes, we streamline entry and exit, keeping movement smooth and secure. Daily programs, weather updates, and city maps are displayed digitally so guests can plan their day with ease. And a warm welcome every time. Guests are personally greeted at embarkation by the captain, hotel manager, experience director, and the experience manager as well. And we have a safety briefing that sets the tone for a safe and enjoyable journey. Familiar faces, nightly connections, the hotel manager and restaurant manager welcome guests to dinner each evening, adding a personal touch to every meal. And returning feels like coming home. After excursions, the hotel manager greets guests back daily, with the captain joining at least 3 times per cruise. So these thoughtful touches create a service experience that's not just professional, but genuinely warm and memorable. Dining on board is a taste of the journey. On a Trafalgar River cruise, dining isn't just about great food, it's a cultural experience that brings each destination to life. Breakfast is buffet style with a live egg station, regional specialties featured daily. It also includes juice, tea, coffee, and water. It's served over a 90-minute period that's perfectly timed around daily activities. Lunch is a generous buffet with a rotating specialty dish at the live cooking station, also served over 90 minutes to suit all schedules. This includes wine, beer, soft drinks, tea, coffee, and water. And then for dinner, it's a la carte 3-course experience, a daily choice of 3 starters, 3 mains, and 3 desserts. Regional influences throughout, wine, beer, and soft drinks are included with local wines rotated daily. Our special touches are a light lunch on embarkation day for a relaxed welcome, a nice traditional tea time once per cruise on a scenic afternoon, return guest reception with light drinks and snacks, and of course, a welcome and farewell reception with sparkling wine and enhanced menus, making the journey feel truly celebratory. And then comfort and atmosphere are thoughtful touches that matter. Every detail on board is designed to create a space that feels welcoming, elevated, and effortlessly relaxing. Our main lounge experience includes table service with a curated menu of premium beverages available for purchase. Each drink is served with complimentary dry snacks, a small gesture that adds real value. It's open daily from 2 p.m. to midnight. And then we have our Sun Deck Serenity, open during lounge hours for relaxation, socializing, or scenic views. Each morning, loungers are set with a fresh rolled towels or blankets, placed with care for a serene start to the day. Premium sips also include specialty coffees and loose leaf teas available for purchase, perfect for those who appreciate a refined moment. And then welcome back moments. After group excursions, guests are greeted with a refreshing non-alcoholic welcome drink, a thoughtful way to return on board. In-room experience, it's all about comfort, care, and thoughtful details. At Trafalgar, every stateroom is designed to feel like a personal retreat where comfort meets care and every detail is thoughtfully considered. Daily service and sustainability, full morning service and evening turndown keeps rooms fresh and inviting. We offer filtered water in glass bottles with lids replaced after each use, a sustainable touch. Thoughtful amenities include refillable shampoo, conditioner, body lotion, and hand wash. Extras include shower caps, cotton buds, cotton pads, slippers, bathrobes, and umbrellas. And on-request items include shoe polish, a sewing kit, a nail file for those just-in-case moments. And the entertainment and relaxation, we have a fully interactive TV system with on-demand movies, music, and TV channels. Suite guests enjoy even more. They get a welcome fruit plate and a complimentary bottle of red wine on arrival. They also get an early check-in at 12 p.m. for a smooth, relaxed start. We also offer fresh cookies dailies and a lightly stocked mini bar fridge, and 1 complimentary service laundry bag per guest per week. Now, wellness on board is all about balance, recharge, and moving at your own pace. Wellness on a Trafalgar River cruise is all about flexibility, comfort, and care, giving guests the freedom to move, relax, and recharge in ways that suit them best. Fitness and movement includes fully equipped onboard gym with electronic machines, free weights, yoga mats, and resistance bands, including some Nordic walking sticks. We're always stocked with filtered water, fresh towels, and disinfectant wipes. For relaxation and recovery, we offer professional massage therapists on board, wide-ranging massage menus available by appointment at an additional cost. This is perfect for unwinding after a day of exploration. And we also include daily wellness activities. Rotating schedule of included sections can be yoga with some light stretching, Nordic walks, sun salutations, and the 5 Tibetans as well. And for those active adventurers, we have great active exploration as we have bicycles that are available on board by reservation, which are ideal for riverside adventures. We also include some thoughtful touches. Guests are welcome back from excursions with cool towels, a refreshing caring detail that makes that return feel special. And everyday ease, thoughtful onboard facilities. So we've designed our ships with convenience and comfort in mind so guests can focus on enjoying the journey. It's all about refreshing and recharging with those filtered water taps available throughout the ship, 24-hour tea and coffee stations in public areas for anytime comfort, self-service laundry, fully equipped with washing machines, tumble dryers, and an ironing station, and guests can refresh their wardrobe at their own pace. Our onboard shop is open at least 2 hours daily with a curated selection of premium and locally sourced souvenirs, perfect for finding something authentic to take home. And Wi-Fi is included. This is complimentary Wi-Fi throughout the ship. Guests are advised that a signal may temporarily drop when passing through certain locks or remote areas, but it is a complimentary offering through Trafalgar River Cruises. And entertainment on board, engaging moments for every guest, whether traveling solo, as a couple, or with a family. Our onboard entertainment is designed to delight, connect, and inspire. We have curated soundscapes. Our ship-wide sound system features curated playlists across a range of genres. It sets the perfect mood for relaxing, socializing, or scenic sailing. We also offer live local talent. Twice per cruise, we welcome live entertainers on board, showcasing regional music and cultural performances that bring destinations to life. Behind the scenes experiences includes wheelhouse visits and nautical talks hosted by the captain. These are subject to the availability of the captain and his schedule. And this is also a fascinating peek into river navigation, which is really fun for all ages. We also have culinary moments, baking demonstrations led by our executive or pastry chef. This is a fun, interactive way to experience local flavors and culinary craft. And we also have a fun game room. This is a laid-back space for guests to connect, unwind, and enjoy some casual fun. Now, the optional experiences have your guests personalizing their journey. These are available at an additional cost. So we offer a curated selection of optional cultural activities and tours in each port of call, perfect for guests who want to dive deeper into the region's stories, flavors, and traditions. Examples of some optional experiences: on Best of the Rhine in Amsterdam, you get to taste your way through Amsterdam's Jordan district on a foodie tour. You get to visit a traditional windmill in Volendam for a glimpse into Dutch heritage. On Best of the Danube, you get to hike to the historic Bratislava Castle for panoramic views. For those unfamiliar, that's Dracula's castle. And you get to explore the UNESCO-listed town of Český Krumlov, a bohemian gem. These experiences offer something for everyone, from active adventures to cultural deep dives, allowing guests to tailor their journey to their interest. And on board, guests can also unwind with a professional massage available by appointment and at an additional cost, which is the perfect way to end a day of discovery. So the cabin pricing for the Trafalgar Verite and Trafalgar Reverie, right? Cabin prices vary based on the cabin type and the location on board each ship. For the most up-to-date pricing and availability, please visit our agent portal. That's agents.ttc.com/login. These departures are live, so you can really get down to the minutia in terms of where you want to set up your guests, and we allow you to book the individual spaces as well. Now let's talk itineraries. Our river cruise itineraries are thoughtfully crafted to blend iconic highlights, local secrets, and immersive experiences, all delivered with that Trafalgar touch. Whether it's the romance of the Danube or the charm of the Rhine, each journey is designed to offer the perfect balance of discovery, comfort, and connection. So let's take a closer look at where we're going and what makes each itinerary unforgettable. Your bucket list moments, curated by experts. With Trafalgar, guests don't just see the sights, they experience the soul of each destination, from iconic landmarks to hidden local gems. Every stop is handpicked, planned, and vetted by our expert team behind the scenes. You'll unlock the best of every place you visit, guided by local friends who share stories, secrets, and insights that you wouldn't find on your own. These are your bucket list moments made effortless and unforgettable. So let's take a snapshot of the icons and the culture guests will experience on Best of Rhine and Amsterdam and Best of the Danube. If you love castles, this one's for you. On the Best of the Rhine and Amsterdam itinerary, guests will journey through the legendary Middle Rhine, home to some of Europe's most breathtaking castles. One standout, Rheinstein Castle. This is perched 90 meters above the river on a dramatic rocky outcrop, a romantic era fortress with a panoramic views over the Rhine and surrounding vineyards. You get to step inside to explore beautifully preserved halls and towers, a true window into Germany's medieval past and castle heritage. This is more than just a photo stop, it's a step back in time and a highlight for any history or architecture enthusiast. An optional experience in Koblenz is biking along the Rhine, where you discover the magic of the Middle Rhine Valley on two wheels. You pedal along scenic riverside paths with breathtaking views of the Rhine, pass by historic castles, including the iconic Marksburg Castle, the only hilltop fortress on the Rhine River that was never destroyed. You get to enjoy the charm of vineyard-covered hills, quaint villages, and medieval architecture. So this is a perfect blend of active adventure and cultural immersion, an unforgettable way to experience Koblenz and the Rhine Gorge. On Best of the Rhine in Amsterdam, a journey through storybook scenery, sit back and soak in the magic of the Middle Rhine with breathtaking stretch famed for its vineyards, castles, and legends. Whether you're a couple seeking romance or a family chasing adventure, the cruise offers something unforgettable for everyone. So the cruise highlights, you get to glide past the Deutsche Eck, which is German corner, where the Rhine meets the Moselle beneath the towering Kaiser Wilhelm I monument, a powerful symbol of unity. You'll marvel at fairy tale castles and terraced vineyards as you sail through the UNESCO-listed Rhine Gorge. On land, you can join a guided walking tour of Koblenz's charming Old Town with its Baroque architecture, lively squares, and the whimsical Spitting Boy Fountain. You get to visit the majestic Rheinstein Castle, perched high above the river with panoramic views and a rich medieval past. And as we mentioned, the optional adventure for that active traveler, you get to enjoy a bike tour along the Rhine, passing castles and villages with a scenic stop at a local beer garden. So this is the Rhine at its most iconic, beautiful, historic, and full of charm, truly unforgettable. Another great experience is a day in Speyer. This is all about history, flavor, and choice. You step into the medieval charm of Speyer, one of Germany's oldest cities where every corner tells a story. This is a guided walking tour with a local specialist. You'll stroll down Maximilian Street, lined with elegant Baroque townhouses. You visit a medieval church and the remains of an 11th century Jewish community, including ancient ritual baths. You'll sample delicious local treats along the way, flavors as rich as the history. And there's a great Make Travel Matter experience that's optional, where you visit a nearby vinegar estate for a tasting and a behind-the-scenes look at sustainable production practices. Some optional excursions in Heidelberg. You can wander the romantic Old Town and cross the iconic Old Bridge. And you get to explore the ruins of Heidelberg Castle with sweeping views over the Neckar River. This is a day full of history, beauty, and meaningful choices tailored to your travel style. Included along that day in Speyer, we also focus on stepping into that beautiful medieval town. This is Germany's oldest city, where every corner tells that story. That guided walking tour through Maximilian Street lines with those Baroque townhouses as you visit that medieval church. And I apologize, some of these details are repeating, so I'm going to skip to the next slide. All right, Amsterdam, culture, canals, and culinary details. Amsterdam offers a rich blend of history, charm, and unforgettable experiences. Some of the included experiences include exploring the city's iconic canals, vibrant neighborhoods, and world-class museums. You'll discover the charm of Amsterdam's historic streets and lively atmosphere. What you're seeing on the screen here is an optional experience, a foodie tour in Jordan. You'll dive into the flavors of Jordan, one of Amsterdam's most historic and atmospheric districts. You'll sample Dutch favorites like apple pie, artisanal cheese, and bitterballen, which is what you see on the screen there. You'll also savor international flavors that reflect the area's multicultural roots. This is a delicious cultural immersion in one of Amsterdam's most beloved neighborhoods. And let's dive into some of the unforgettable experiences from our Best of the Danube adventure. First stop is Budapest, a city of contrast where historic Buda meets vibrant past, split by the shimmering Danube. Guests will join a local specialist for a walking tour through the city's iconic sites, Hero Square, a grand tribute to Hungary's history, Castle Hill, where we stroll past the stunning Matthias Church and soak in the panoramic views from the Fisherman's Bastion. Then it's time to taste Budapest on a guided foodie tour. Guests will sample sweet and savory local delights in bustling markets and cozy cafes. And in the afternoon, there's an optional deep dive into the Jewish district, including a visit to the Doheny Street Synagogue, the largest in Europe and rich with history. As the sun sets, we set sail on a magical Danube Bend cruise. We'll glide past the charming town of Szentendre and the majestic Visegrad, once a royal seat, the perfect way to end a perfect day. And next up, the stunning Wachu Valley. As we cruise along this UNESCO World Heritage Site, guests will be treated to views of rolling vineyards, storybook villages, and medieval castles perched above the Danube. We'll step ashore in Spitz, a charming riverside town known for its apricots and timeless beauty, with a local specialist. Guests will wander through its historic streets and soak in the authentic Austrian atmosphere. Lunchtime brings a special treat. Guests will enjoy a Be My Guest experience with the Saaz family at Weingut Nickelhof. This is Austria's oldest winery. And yes, there's more to come on this delightful stop. As we continue cruising, we'll pass the majestic Milk Abbey, a Baroque masterpiece that dominates the landscape. And then we sail into the Upper Austria overnight, drifting into dreams with the Danube as our lullaby. And let's talk about the two truly unique experiences that make this journey unforgettable. Be My Guest. This is more than just a meal. It's a heartfelt invitation into the lives of local families. Guests will share stories, traditions, and home-cooked dishes in authentic settings, like the Saaz family's historic winery in Austria. It's a chance to connect, laugh, and experience culture in the most personal way possible. And our new Sails with Stories, we're bringing the Danube to life with our brand new Sails with Stories experience. As we cruise, guests will hear captivating tales of the river's history, legends, and the people who've lived along its banks, all told by local storytellers and onboard experts. It's immersive, it's inspiring, and it turns every bend in the river into a chapter of living history. These experiences aren't just highlights, they're the heart and soul of the journey itself. And welcome to the Rhine Plain, where guests will meet their warm and welcoming hosts, the Borer family, on their working farm. For generations, the Borers have lovingly cultivated their land, staying true to time-honored farming traditions. Guests will get a behind-the-scenes look at life on the farm and the passion that goes into every harvest. Then it's time to gather around the table for a Be My Guest lunch made with fresh, seasonal ingredients straight from the farm. It's more than a meal, it's a flavorful journey into the heart of the Rhine, served with stories, smiles, and a true sense of place. This is a kind of experience that lingers long after the last bite, authentic, heartfelt, and unforgettable. And in the heart of the Wachu Valley, guests will be welcomed by the Saaz family at Weingut Nickelhof. This is Austria's oldest winery, steeped in tradition and charm. This family-run estate is more than just a vineyard. It's a living piece of history where organic farming and warm hospitality go hand in hand. Guests will enjoy a homemade lunch crafted with fresh organic produce straight from the Saaz family gardens. It's a true farm-to-table experience served in a setting that feels like home. And surrounded by vines and stories passed down through generations, this Be My Guest moment is a highlight of the Danube journey, rich in flavor, heritage, and heart as well. And then welcome aboard to your Sails with Stories. We've always believed in the powers of storytelling. You've known Stays with Stories. It's our way of connecting guests to the heart of the destination through unforgettable stays. Well, now we're bringing that same magic to the rivers of Europe with our Sails with Stories. Your ship becomes your floating hotel as you unpack once and journey effortlessly through Europe's most iconic rivers. But this is no ordinary river cruise. Each ship has a story to tell through its design, its soul, and the memories made on board. So on our two new ships, the Trafalgar Reverie and Trafalgar Verity, we're going to be inspired by the places we've traveled on as our guests journey with us. On Reverie, you'll find something truly unique, the only fireplace on Europe's rivers. And our guests have always been at the heart of everything that we do. That's why we've chosen Trafalgar guests as the godmothers of our ships, a true celebration of the real people who shaped our story. And our guests don't just want to see the world, they want to be a part of something bigger. That's why every tour includes at least one Make Travel Matter experience, thoughtfully designed to give back to people, places, or wildlife. These experiences are more than meaningful, they're impactful. Each one directly supports 11 of the 15 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, so guests can feel good knowing their travelers are making a real difference. We're also proud to bring our How We Tread Right sustainability strategy on board. It's our commitment to responsible travel woven into everything we do. And here's how we're making it happen: reducing food waste and tracking our environmental footprint, sourcing local and organic ingredients wherever possible, eliminating unnecessary single-use plastics and improving waste separation, replacing printed materials with digital formats, monitoring animal interactions to align with our animal welfare policy. So these aren't just policies, they're promises. And now let's take a closer look at some of our Make Travel Matter experiences on the Rhine and the Danube. So on the Best of the Rhine in Amsterdam tour, guests will uncover a truly unique side of the Palatinate wine region with a Make Travel Matter experience like no other. At sorry, I'm going to have a hard time saying this one. Wijninstituut Doctorenhof, the Weidman family crafts artisanal vinegars using premium wines, natural herbs and fruits, and centuries-old techniques, all produced sustainably with natural materials. This isn't just a tasting, it's a journey into eco-friendly farming, artisanal craftsmanship, and the rich heritage of the region. And it's not just delicious, it's impactful. This experience directly supports United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 12, responsible consumption and production, promoting mindful choices and sustainable practices. Guests leave with more than just a new favorite flavor, they'll leave knowing their visit made a difference. For guests continuing on the Lucerne extension, there's an optional Make Travel Matter experience that's as breathtaking as it is meaningful. They'll journey into the Swiss Alps, riding a historic funicular and the world's first open-air cable car, all the way up to 1,900 meters for an unforgettable panoramic view. But this isn't just a scenic ride, it's a showcase of Swiss sustainability. The entire experience is powered by renewable energy, making it a model of eco-conscious innovation. This optional experience directly supports Sustainable Development Goal 7, affordable and clean energy, and Sustainable Development Goal 15, promoting life on land. It's a powerful reminder that travel can uplift both the soul and the planet, one mountain at a time. And in Bratislava, guests will take part in a powerful Make Travel Matter experience that brings history to life and keeps its lessons alive. With a local specialist, they'll explore key Cold War era sites, uncovering stories of life under Soviet rule and the resilience of those who lived through it. Guests will also meet a representative from Postbellum, a nonprofit dedicated to preserving firsthand accounts of life under totalitarian regimes. These stories are more than memories, they're vital conversations about freedom, democracy, and human rights. This experience directly supports United Nations Sustainable Development Goal 11, sustainable cities and communities. By helping preserve cultural memory and fostering civic engagement, it's a moving, meaningful encounter that connects the past with the present and inspires hope for the future. And with Trafalgar, as you know, everything will be taken care of, so guests can simply relax and make memories. From the moment guest arrives, our dedicated on and off-board team is there every step of the way, delivering seamless service with a personal touch. Behind the scenes, they're handling every detail, coordinating daily programs and meals, refreshing rooms and rolling towels on the sun deck, turning down rooms each evening with thoughtful touches. Whether it's arranging a local wine tasting, an unforgettable Be My Guest lunch, or guiding guests to the best hidden gems in town, our experienced director and manager, your ultimate duo in fun, and our local specialists on land are always ready to make every moment effortless, meaningful, and just for you. So with us, guests don't have to worry about a thing. They'll simply enjoy the beauty, the culture, and the joy of the journey. So as you've seen, Trafalgar delivers the very best of Europe's rivers, unlocked, unforgettable, and uniquely ours. Here are the top 4 takeaways we'd love you to remember about who we are and what we do. You're champions of local. With our diverse, curated, and unexpected Be My Guest experiences, guests connect authentically with each region's food, people, and traditions. They'll meet local characters who are truly one of a kind, each offering something special and memorable. Taste, hear, and see. Through the eyes of our local specialists, guests don't just sightsee, they experience. From iconic landmarks to hands-on cultural moments, every sense is engaged. Make a difference. With Make Travel Matter experiences, guests give back to the communities they visit. Each experience supports the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, making travel more meaningful and impactful. And then seamless 24/7 support. From effortless check-ins to personalized service, our team is always there on board and on land. With insider tips, curated tours, and thoughtful touches, we make every moment unforgettable. Let's unlock the sails and the sales together. Get it? That was a pun. With Trafalgar, it's not just about cruising rivers, it's about cruising differently from authentic local experiences to sustainable travel and seamless service. We are redefining what it means to explore Europe by river. So let's set sail on success together. So now that I'm going to go ahead and open it up to any questions that you have. I notice that the chat is blowing up here. So I'm definitely going to jump into that. If you give me just a moment, let me stop sharing my screen here as I set myself up. And then I'm happy to answer as many questions as you'd like. All right, so now that I've stopped sharing my screen, let me close down this presentation. All right, one more second here. Perfect. Okay, cool. And then I do have my little spreadsheet here with a lot of the Q&As that we had for our production team. So I'll refer to that to try to help answer these questions as well. Let's see the chat. All right, I'm going to move all the way up to the top here. All right, so when are river cruise brochures available? Great question, Ruben. We've asked the same about our upcoming deliveries because we're going to be offering brand new Trafalgar brochures June 6th. We asked our team if they're going to be including the river cruises on those brochures. They unfortunately said no, but I think that we're going to be focusing on producing a brochure that's strictly for Trafalgar River Cruises. After the presentation is over, everybody who registered, I'm going to email you our Trafalgar River Cruises training deck. So it's like a all you need to know kind of PDF that really gives you links to PDF flyers or anything else that maybe you can print out and just display around the office. Are these new ships? Lizette Schuler is asking, are these new ships or repurposed? So these are actually previously Uniworld ships that we are completely remodeling, but for the purposes of the Trafalgar River Cruise, Uniworld is not associated with it whatsoever. We purchased the ships from Uniworld, brought them over to Trafalgar. These are now 100% Trafalgar cruises, and Uniworld is still going to be operating separately from Trafalgar. We are not, doing anything associated with them. Why only 6 lunches? That's a good question, Christy. I know that we include most of the lunches that are on board. Potentially, they're not counting that kind of welcome aboard lunch. They're just kind of the ones that are more, quote unquote, those 90-minute lunches that we discussed. Tanya Powell, looks like a Uniworld ship. There's a good reason, right? It was a former Uniworld ship. And for those of you that have never been on a Uniworld cruise, those ships are beautiful. Those windows go from the floor to the ceiling. So your guests are going to have amazing views as they explore these beautiful rivers. Kathleen Kugler, children, yes, we are allowing families on board. 5 to 17 is the minimum age, quite similar to our Trafalgar tours. We do have those age restrictions between 5 and 17. Marco, it looks like a Uniworld a bit. 100%, yes. It is very similar looking, but this will be a 100% Trafalgar cruise moving forward. Or Emma, yeah, I think most of the river cruise ships tend to have a similar look, right? Because they're designed for the river. They're going to look kind of similar-ish, kind of long and thin is the main focus. The River Queen and the River Princess both were Uniworld ships. Yes, so we already discussed this. These are modified ships. Looks like you have a lot of Uniworld associations. Looks like the decor is toned down a bit. And then these are just some of the early images that we're getting from our team. We actually are working on marketing now because they are actively fixing and remodeling the ships as we speak. And we've already been begging our marketing team to give us videos, give us images, give us something pretty to promote so that we can forward that for you guys to be able to highlight it as well. Rana, are there bicycles on board for guests? Yes, these are available. There's no cost. They just reserve them, and we're able to just basically loan them out for the day or for as long as they'd like. Yeah, having the laundry aboard is nice. I agree. It allows your guests to basically not have to overpack. If you want to encourage them to just bring a carry-on, let them know that on a Trafalgar River Cruise, there are laundry facilities on board. We do offer laundry services at an additional charge, but as you saw, if you're part of the suites, you get 1 complimentary bag of laundry service, which is another nice little touch. Is a basic excursion like walking tour included? Yes. So this is Trafalgar on the water. What we have been known for is incredibly inclusive, informational, cultural experiences. And we're just taking that Trafalgar guided tour and putting it on the river. So those walking tours with local specialists are all part of what makes the river cruise so unique. It's not like an optional experience. There are a handful of optionals, but they will definitely be listed as an optional experience with those local walking tours being included as part of it. I miss eating bitterball, and does anyone know where I can get some nearby? Can't help you, Jacqueline. I'm not even too familiar with what bitterballen is, so you'll have to let me know what that looks like. Oh, it looks like Tanya already helped you out there. Was one or more excursions per day included? Yeah, typically if you look at the itineraries, so they're going to vary, right? But if you look at our itineraries, you'll see a daily breakdown of what is included. And just like a typical cruise, you know, if your guests are looking to go and participate, they just have to meet our director of events on board, and they'll kind of let everybody know what time that particular excursion is going to be leaving the ship. Can you give some of the main selling points that would differentiate this product from other mainstream river cruise lines? I would argue that Trafalgar is the perfect value brand. So if you're trying to position us to your guests as a great river cruising option, we are able to really highlight the beauty of the destination in ways that we feel the other river cruise lines don't. So especially for those of you that already have past guests with Trafalgar, this is perfect for them. Especially, we only have a few days left, but if you have any past guests that you want to reach out to, we're offering that global tour rewards, booking our cruises, offering them a double global tour reward. So instead of getting 5% off if they book this cruise, they'll get an additional 10% instead. So it's a great way to kind of keep the conversation going with some of your past guests. You can always reach out. All right, let's see. Oh, thank you, Lydia. I appreciate that. Ruben, do we have solo rates? Yes, so we do offer the traditional pricing as twin share, and we do have solo supplements available. It isn't double the cost like it is on most cruise lines, and you're going to have to look on the agent portal as they do vary by ship and by suite versus, you know, typical rooms, that sort of thing. Can bikes be reserved prior to arrival or only on board? I believe you have to be on board to reserve them. I don't think there's like an unlimited supply, but I think we're pretty well stocked, so it should be relatively easy to reserve those bikes. Will the dates match up with other Trafalgar land vacations? Yeah, if you guys are interested in piggybacking a river cruise tour with a Trafalgar typical tour, absolutely. We can definitely line those up, and that's actually a good point, Tanya. What I can do is maybe reach out to my marketing team and see if maybe we can create a surf and turf banner for you guys where we highlight the river cruises and some perfect tours that would line up post-trip. We also want to be conscious, though, that we don't want to repeat the same experiences, right? Because in some of those main cities, the experience that we offer through the river cruise might be very similar to what we would offer on the Trafalgar cruise as well. Let's see here. Could they? Oh, let me get back up. All right. Well, the dates. Can we book on the Trafalgar website? You can. So if you go to our travel agent portal right now, the tours are live. We're already offering them for April 2026. Shout outs to some of my agents. We recently had somebody request a 17-room group. So we are offering group space. And if anybody on here wants to request a group, let me know. I will definitely get you guys to lock in that group space. And if you wanted to piggyback that with like a nice custom group after the river cruise, we can definitely accommodate. All right. Could they do back-to-back tour with river? Oh, like kind of start and kind of go back? That's a good question, Kathy. I'm assuming, yeah, if they want to kind of start, you know, in one destination, go through the whole cruise and then basically return back the same way, I don't see why not. I mean, it's obviously going to be double the charge, but it's definitely feasible in terms of the logistics. So essentially, clients will get an in-port excursion at each port of call, similar to Viking. Anything above and beyond that will incur additional charges. Yeah, if it's like an optional excursion, it will be listed as optional. They will be able to participate. It'll just be an additional charge. And it looks like for lunch at least and breakfast, everything is included with that dinner option as well. There could be additional charges for like wine or alcoholic beverages with dinner service. But for the most part, we're trying to make it as inclusive as possible and still keeping that price point nice and convenient. Globus has Avalon, so Trafalgar now has its own. Yay, absolutely. So in terms of us kind of competing with some of our competitors out there, we're not going to differentiate Trafalgar and Trafalgar River Cruising. They're all under the Trafalgar brand, which in terms of positioning makes it a lot easier for you as travel advisors to kind of promote it to your past guests and say, hey, by the way, that Trafalgar tour that you absolutely love, well, they're now doing these incredible river cruises as well. So you don't have to explain that, oh, it's a completely different company or anything like that. Will you guys create drink packages for clients to purchase? That's a good question. Let me see if I have it here on my spreadsheet. How to block cabins, gratuities. Oh, here we go. Is there a policy regarding personal beverages? Guests are able to bring on local drinks if they wish to enjoy their stateroom or suite, but they may not be consumed in public areas, including lounge, patio, or sun deck. They may bring their own wine for service during meals in the restaurant if they wish, without corkage or charge fees. I don't see anything about drink packages, though. Drinks menu. Well, we have drinks menu with prices. So they asked a question about a drinks menu, and it looks like nobody answered that yet on our spreadsheet, but I'll follow up with you guys once I have a good answer for you. Okay, you're typically okay. Do you have flyers about it? We do have some flyers. After the presentation, Veronica, I will be emailing everybody a nice little trade deck that's going to have everything that you need to start promoting these tours to your clients. Our tips included with the price of the river cruises, we can add it similar to our guided tours. You can ask your clients ahead of schedule if they want to include gratuities or if they prefer to just disperse it on the cruise themselves. You typically have to sign waiver forms before getting the bike. My experience, absolutely. There's going to be waivers involved for a lot of the experiences, depending on what they are, but for the bikes especially, yes. Sounds like this is a similar experience to a guided tour, but with a floating hotel instead of a motor coach. Exactly. For all of you guests that for all of you travel advisors that try to convince your guests to do a Trafalgar tour, and they're like, oh, we don't like packing and unpacking. Well, guess what? Now they have one time they unpack. They can sit back and enjoy the tour. They can be as active or as laid back as they want to be, and it's really up to them. So especially for those guests that maybe really want to explore Germany, the beautiful Danube River as well, this is the best way to promote it. To say, hey, remember that guided tour I mentioned? Now you have this river cruise option where you only unpack once, and it's going to be more of a relaxed kind of journey. Groups, I said the magic word. Hey, Mark, you already have 2 group requests for us. So if you want to keep them coming, by all means, man, absolutely. I'm happy to help. Will you guys create a drinks package for clients? I already looked that up, Jack. I don't have an answer yet. I'm assuming we will, but it hasn't been answered yet on the little Q&A form that our team put together. Drink package again. Sorry, Christy, don't have that answer yet. Is there a pool on the ships? I believe there are. Yeah. So the Uniworld ships do have a pool, I believe. So I will double check that. In fact, let me look it up right now. Can we clarify? See, I know that typically our Uniworld ships do have pools, so I don't see our company getting rid of those. But we didn't necessarily highlight it on the presentation, so let me double check here. So I'm going to say a tentative yes, but I don't see a direct answer, so I will follow up with you guys. I'll ask my operations team and see what they say. Yeah. All right. What else? Where are we? We're at the pools. Rana, is there a AAA member benefit? You know there is. So if you're a AAA member, similar to our Trafalgar River Cruises, you get that $40 per person optional experience voucher that you can apply on your river cruise experiences as well. When I called in, they said drinks outside of meals are a la carte, like an open bar. Yes. So lunchtime, I believe they include a kind of a soft drink, tea, coffee, and potentially like wine, and maybe not like a spirit. But outside of those typical lunch or meal hours, there is alcohol available. It's just going to be, purchased as people consume it, not included. Can you tell us more about room options and how many max passengers can be in the suite or double occupancy and what the bedding preference? All right. So are there solo cabins? This is on my spreadsheet. All cabins are based on double occupancy. Guests can book those cabins for sole use against a supplement. Are there triples or family cabins? No, only double occupancy. Also want to note there is a requirement for someone of 18 plus in a cabin with children. Is there a minimum age restriction on our tours? Yes, minimum age is 5 years old. However, the product is not specifically marketed towards families with young children. So just, we can accept kids, but we're going to be marketing it more towards those 40 plus travelers. Think of people that are 40 and above. All right. Hopefully that answered that question on the rooms. All meals included. Yeah, Sally. So we're including breakfast, kind of buffet style, lunch buffet style, and then they have like a 3 options for like a prefix 3-course dinner every evening. So yes, those are part of what's included as part of their price. Sorry, will clients get the past guest discounts? Yes. Currently, if you guys book any past guests between now and the end of May, we are offering a double past guest incentive. So reach out to your past guests right after this presentation, let them know about it. Say, hey, I can save you 10% if you want to do this incredible river cruise. It takes off April of next year. Thank you, Samantha. I appreciate it. How many rooms required to reserve a group? Similar to our guided groups, 10. So looking like around minimum 20 guests with the twin share option available. And if you need to request any single supplement space, make sure you let us know beforehand. But yes, we can accommodate groups of around 10 rooms or 20 people. Yes, this was very, you're welcome, Samantha. I'm glad you found it informative. You're so welcome, Kathy. Thank you for the 5 exclamation points on the excellent presentation. To be clear, regarding the rooms, the classic and deluxe room have a picture window, but the French balcony and suites have floor-to-ceiling windows. Do any of the rooms have a balcony to sit out on in the morning? No. So we only have the French balcony suites throughout both ships. Potentially in future ships, because we are building future ships as we speak, we're going to have more balcony options available. But for now, these 2 ships only offer a French balcony. And yes, as you mentioned, those big windows are for the suites mainly. You're welcome, Sally. Awesome, Christy. You're so welcome. Thanks again. All right. Okay, cool. I'm glad I was able to help everybody and I went through every single question and it looks like people are logging off here. I meant to keep it under an hour, so it looks like we're right on schedule. Yes, Lizette, there are definitely plans to expand. In fact, we are currently hiring a vice president for Trafalgar River Cruising who's going to be hyper-focused on acquiring new ships, adding new itineraries, and really kind of promoting more river cruising through the Trafalgar brand. All right, everybody. I'm so glad you enjoyed the presentation. Stay tuned. You're going to get an automatic email from attending this webinar, just a recording in case you want to rewatch it for any more details. I myself, right after this, will put together a nice email thanking you for attending with our little packet that's going to have a bunch of stuff in there for you guys to start promoting our river cruising to your clients as well. And I will keep you posted on any new updates, okay? So just stay tuned to my little Fun Fact Friday emails, and I'll make sure to keep you guys updated as things are updated to me. All right, everyone, thanks so much. I'm gonna go ahead and end the presentation. Happy selling and enjoy the weekend in case I don't chat with you guys tomorrow, all right? Bye.